Mr. Phelps has passed away. Now, as unbelievable as it might seem to many Americans, there are people who have no idea who Fred Phelps is or was. And so let me explain here very briefly. Fred Phelps was a pastor of a very small church in Topeka, Kansas called Westboro Baptist Church. Mr. Phelps devoted his life to speaking out against homosexuality, speaking out against America for its tolerance of homosexuality. He would brandish extremely offensive signs. He would preach hate. He would picket anyone or anything that he thought would bring attention to the issue of homosexuality, and his hatred, and I do use that word specifically, hatred towards the gay community, including picketing the funerals of gay people who passed away, and especially those who were murdered, and would picket the funerals of the United States servicemen when they died in the line of duty. He would say things such as, "Thank God for dead soldiers, thank God for 9/11, and blame the entire issues of loss, death, destruction in the United States on our tolerance of homosexuality and as judgment from God." So with that out of the way, I have to ponder to myself how I feel about his passing. Now, I am gay, of course, and his speech was horrendous. His behavior was abhorrent. And nonetheless, I do not see Fred Phelps as evil. I don't even see Fred Phelps as misguided. I see Fred Phelps as mentally ill. Someone who would go to the extremes that he went to and hold the extreme views that he held has to be ill. His beliefs and his behavior went beyond reason to the irrational. And so for that, I would actually have to express a little regret that he was never able to address the irrational fears that seemed to dominate his life, and to find a bit of peace. Because persons who behave in such ways, you can't tell me, are at peace. Now, there are a few family members of Fred Phelps who either excommunicated themselves from Mr. Phelps or were cast out by Mr. Phelps, and for you I have a very deep empathy. I know what it's like to be estranged from family, and I know what it's like when all chances of reconciliation are gone. And so for you, I do express my empathy. On a side note of Mr. Phelps, I would have to say this. I believe that Mr. Phelps did more for gay rights than any number of speeches, conferences, pamphlets, or gay pride marches. Being gay in the United States is absolutely nothing compared to being gay in Uganda or Iran. But at the same time, especially during the youth of the Westboro Baptist Church activities, it wasn't a cakewalk either. And I believe that his behavior and his hate brought to the forefront to the American people of the oppression and the fear and the mistreatment that gays go through, and actually brought to the attention of many in the United States the need for change. So, in this manner, I would actually have to say, well, thank you, Fred. It's not what you intended. It's not what you were trying to do. But you helped us along. My condolences go to his family, and it is my hope that his surviving family and the surviving congregation of Westboro Baptist Church may actually see the error of Mr. Phelps' ways and I hope the best. I hope the best, and I hope for peace. I would encourage everyone, and especially those within the gay community, especially those who are relatives of soldiers who passed in the line of duty, others whom Fred Phelps offended, I would encourage each of us to display a higher degree of humanity, tolerance, and compassion than what we would expect from Fred Phelps.